All right, what is going on, guys? Happy Saturday. We've got game 2 of the World Series, Yankees Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. Should be an interesting one. Slated for Carlos Rodon against Yamamoto. So let's get into our pitching report. Actually, first, let's talk about the recap. So, good day. Gave you guys, let's see, 6 plays. We went 4 and 2. That's a good night. Over 8.5 runs. Obviously, we got a little lucky there with the old Freeman Grand Slam. Mookie Betts over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. That was a cash. Yankees team total over 3.5. That was a bust. They ended at 3. Both teams to score 3. That was a cash. Soto over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Cash that. Soto did not get an RBI. So that was our 6 plays that we gave out. But good day, plus units. We will take it. Let's get into the pitch report park factors. Just like yesterday, very positive on the home run scale, a little bit higher today, plus 10%. I think it's because the temperature is going to be about 6 degrees warmer. Slated to be 81 degrees, clear weather with about a 5-mile-an-hour wind blowing out north-northeast. So it's going to favor the lefties just a little bit, or the righties if they go oppo. But here's your pitch report. You guys can screenshot that, make some bets out of that if you want. Should be interesting. Let's talk a little bit about the game here. So, Mr. Carlos Rodon came in last night actually in extra innings through one pitch to Freddie Freeman that he deposited deep to right center field. That's what hit our over for us. Now, Rodon and Yamamoto, both in their first playoff games, not so great. So Rodon went 3.2 innings against Kansas City, struck out 7, fantastic, but gave up 7 hits, 4 earned runs, and a home run. Next 2 after that, pretty good starts. Against Cleveland on October 14th, went 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, struck out 9. Pretty good. On the 19th of October, against Cleveland, he went 4.2 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, and struck out 6. Now, we talked about this yesterday. Kansas City and Cleveland, offensively, they're like a JV team compared to the Dodgers. And the Dodgers are going to be at home. We already saw Rodon's got a bad taste in his mouth from last night after Freddie Freeman yoinked one that still hasn't landed. Now, on the other side of the mound, we've got Yoshinobu Yamamoto. All right. His first game against the Padres, he went 3 innings, 5 hits, 5 earned runs with a home run, only struck out 1. So, like I said, both guys, pretty rough first outings in the playoffs. Yamamoto pitched again on the 11th against the Padres, so same team, went 5 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, and 2 strikeouts. So much better. Then his last outing was against the Mets on the 17th. So it's been about 9 days since he's pitched. 4.1 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 home run, but struck out 8. So he really had some good stuff going. For him, it's really if he's kind of got that splitter working, he is extremely hard to hit. I'll tell you what he does a good job of is pitching low in the zone. And we saw last night Jack Flaherty had a ton of success. I mean, his breaking ball was very sharp. His spin rate was back to where it normally was on all of his pitches. Fastball, his sweeper pitch. So everything looked really good. Kept his slider very, very low in the zone. I think Yamamoto does a very good job of that. So I do think this is a clear Dodger spot. Like I said yesterday, I just don't think we're going to see many one-run games here. We didn't see it last night, although we probably should have. But I'm just not seeing it, man. I just see 2 very strong offenses going up against each other. I think we saw yesterday, right, I think Flaherty pitched very well. I think Garrett Cole pitched well. That said, there were several mistake pitches by both teams. A lot of hanging breaking balls that ended up being foul balls that probably should have been put out of the park. I think Flaherty had a lot of hanging breaking balls that unfortunately they just didn't make him pay for it. Now, if we look at the splits here, so against right-handed pitching in 2024, Yankees pretty good, but guys that have struggled, Giancarlo Stanton hitting 233 against righties, Austin Wells hitting 236, Volpe 242, Rizzo 232, Verdugo 235. There's really only 4 guys hitting above 250 on the Yankees against righties, and that's Torres in that leadoff spot hitting 255, Soto's hitting 293, Judge is hitting 326. For me, Judge has got to step it up. You can't go 1 for 5 with 3 Ks. It's just not been a fantastic playoff run for him. So really, I mean, you've got Torres, who's really been doing very good in that leadoff spot. Soto is Soto. He's going to make the guy pitch to him. And then Judge has kind of been letting him down. It's almost like Stanton and Judge need to flip-flop a little bit. Just Stanton has been on fire with that long ball. But we'll have to see. I'm not an Aaron Boone fan. I don't like the way he manages. I think he put him in some tough spots last night. Personally, there should have been no way Garrett Cole comes out for the 6th inning. And of course, like I said yesterday in the video, he doesn't know how to manage pitching, especially Garrett Cole. He lets him keep going until he gets in trouble, and that's exactly what he did last night. There's a reason most pitchers don't face a lineup for the 3rd time, because their average goes drastically up when you face a guy for a 3rd time in a night. Like I said, I think that's going to be the death of the Yankees, mismanagement of the bullpen, and their bullpen's just not as strong as the Dodgers at the end of the day. We saw Luke Weaver come in and do okay. Clay Holmes was super dicey. There's just not a lot of arms in that bullpen I necessarily trust. That said, I think the Dodgers bullpen will get hit, but on paper, definitely a better bullpen. Now, let's talk a little bit about the Dodgers hitting lefty pitching. We talked about how the Yankees have 4 guys hitting over 250. The Dodgers have 6 against left-handed pitching. Ohtani's hitting 285. Betts is hitting 308. Freeman's hitting 250 right on the nose. Teoscar Hernandez hitting 290. Will Smith's hitting 258. Edman, who's been electric. This dude's been hot. He's only got like 36 plate appearances against lefties, but hitting 412. Probably the hottest dude in the playoffs right now. Now, guys that are struggling a little bit, Kiki Hernandez is hitting 235. Chris Taylor, 183. Max Muncy, 172. So you got a little bit of guys that are struggling. Now, I will tell you, Rodon has had somewhat of success against this lineup in the past. They're hitting about 198 off of him. That said, they've gotten 17 hits and 7 have been home runs. So I do like them to get to Rodon. I thought the way I had a handicap was yesterday was going to be their best day to win a game. Today, there's just no way I can back a Mets team with Yamamoto on the mound. I just think his ability to keep the ball low, which is a significant weakness of the Yankees, which we saw yesterday, it's just going to be a little too much. And Rodon, he's going to throw that breaking ball, but that fastball, we can tell it is hittable. So really hard for me to back Mets or bet the Yankees in this spot. All right, let's talk about best bets here. Best bets I like, Yamamoto over 3.5 hits. I know it's a bit contrarian to everything I just said, but I talked about it yesterday. Dodgers are going to have to staff a game. They're coming into this with 3 pitchers. So I do think they're going to try to get some length out of their starters, especially after an extra innings last night where they had to use some guys. So I think Yamamoto goes 5. I think realistically giving up 4 hits in 5 innings, very doable, especially in the World Series. Give me Shohei Ohtani over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. We're getting this value because Rodon's a lefty, but we've got the wind blowing out to right center. Ohtani damn near hit one out first pitch last night. I like the way he's swinging. Almost hit another one out. So this is just a play. I love the way he looked last night. I think he's only going to get stronger as the series goes on. So give me that for minus 135. Yamamoto over 14.5 outs. Just talked about that. So the over hits and over outs are a bit of a correlation play on each other. So if you think he's going to go the other way, maybe fade that. And then Dodgers over 12.5 total bases. I know DraftKings has this. I'm not sure about other books. I could see the Dodgers hitting 3 home runs. There's 12 bases right there. Or if they hit 2, it's 8. A couple of doubles, we get to 12, and we need a single. So yeah, I love this bet. Probably my favorite bet, actually. I just didn't put it as my best bet because I'm not sure if all the books have it. But if you do, I think that's a steal. And then one parlay today. We're going to do Dodgers team total over 3.5 and Rodon to give up at least 4 hits. Pair those together is plus 100. So those are my best bets. But guys, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. It's free. It helps me a lot. Put a comment down below for the algorithm and throw a thumbs up. Thumbs up. Good God, it's early in the morning. Turn notifications on. We'll be coming out with videos for basketball, and we're going to put out the Sunday football video here today, frankly, because I'm going to be very hungover tomorrow. So we're going to get everything done today. But appreciate you guys tuning in. Catch you in the next video.